There we go. Welcome to Start You Up. Welcome, welcome everyone. Take a nice deep breath. Come into your human. Start You Up. We're going to spend 45 minutes together and we're going to re-energize our bodies. We're going to reinvigorate our minds and we're going to reconnect with our soul, spirit, whatever words you choose to use. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And a big breath and just feel it all. Oxygen in, waking up that body, kind of feeling into where you're at, whatever time of day, whatever country you might be in. Just, I want you to take a minute and become present. And think for a moment what your intention is for this time together. I picked some words out that they came to me today. We're going to focus on relaxation and contentment. So we'll talk about that. So that deep breath, and you'll feel your feet. You want to feel a nice balance. We're going to start with energy zesting, and what that does is that wakes our energy up, kind of gets us moving. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and pull the energy across your body. So you want to pull it across the midline. And just, you can feel it, right? Feel it coming out of your fingertips, waking up, energizing, getting everything flowing nicely. Take that core, feel it, and we're going to cross over. It's the core that's pulling that knee up. And also think about lengthening your spine and your neck. You can feel that nice oxygen flowing through, kind of lifting you up. There are no certain numbers of these. That's all very individual for the time that you might have. Giving yourself the space to do that. Beautiful. We're going to do a little tapping. We're going to start right underneath the eyes. Be nice and gentle. You can kind of feel everything perking up a little bit. Yes, and then right here, collarbones. Right there, nice and easy. Wake up. And then right here, the sternum, thymus, just. That's really good to activate that white blood count, white blood cells count. Making it happy. And then right here, just top rib. And if it feels uncomfortable, it's just got some energy stuck in there. Beautiful. Take a deep breath. The arms are going to go up. We're going to start at the top of our head, our crown chakra. And just breathe into it. Like I said, feel into your feet, kind of see where your body is. Beautiful. Right between your eyes. Over your heart, feel the love, send the love. Last week we talked about courage. It was kind of a fun week to play with that, and particularly for me, finding courage to do things for myself and kind of being curious about what I was and wasn't courageous about. It's very interesting, and fit right there in your belly button. And I very much urge you to be curious about those kinds of things and see where you draw up against, where you get a little squishy. And maybe you don't have courage to do some things for yourself that you think would be healthy, fun, advantageous. Yeah, because oftentimes we, now flip it over, you're going to feel that sacral chakra where all your power is. Sometimes we set ourselves up, we do a little self-sabotage. We wouldn't do it to a best friend, but we certainly do it to ourselves. So that was the word courage. So this week we're trying to find, where do we find contentment? It's kind of an interesting word. It's not joy, it's not relaxation, that's the other one. Because I think while we stop, do we often actually get into a state of relaxation? Very different than slowing down. So contentment, what does contentment feel like for you? And relaxation. Go ahead and I want you to put your palms down and you're going to rotate around your spine. Still moving that energy brilliantly, beautifully. Palms down. Rotating around your spine. Well, here in my hemisphere, we're having an absolutely beautiful spring. A bit wet, but you know, that's what makes everything green. The flowers are happy. I had 2 hummingbirds come by my window this morning, so that was a treat. I don't see them very often, and that was really fun. Now, I want you to take your stance open, and we're going to actually open up a little bit of our low back and our hips while we go ahead and do the infinity. And you're just going to feel that upper back, but you're just going to let, yep, we're still energy zesting. Yes, we are. Right there. This is an amazing thing to do when you get out of bed in the morning. If you're having a slump in the day, like maybe that afternoon kind of funky time. Also good if you're preparing to have a meeting or a conference or some kind of a thing that you might not feel particularly in line with, aligned with, yeah, whatever. So we're going to do a big breath. We're going to pull energy from our feet up, and we're going to swish it out. So we're going to pull it up, and we're going to just whoosh it out. We're going to pull it up, and we're going to whoosh, and then we're going to do one more, pulling it up and whooshing it out. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull it up, the energy, we're going to lock it in, and now we're going to shimmy. So think about shimmying, and one of the things I want you to think about is you're moving everything in your whole body. So even if you just did the shimmy part, you would be getting all kinds of energy going. You'd feel your muscles moving and grooving and talking to everybody, and the act of bouncing is good for your human. You know, you've seen those new Kango, the bouncing moon shoe thing boots, new fitness thing. You've seen everybody rebound on those little mini tramps. So yes, really good for your system, your circulation, and your bones, muscles. So we're here. So even if that's all you do, it'll get your human working. You'll start feeling things. All good. Take a deep breath. Feel that core. Feel your feet. Kind of ground yourself with your heels into the ground, and what's it going to do is going to start activating those lower body muscles, and you want to lengthen your spine. Now, for 1 second, we want to think about where our shoulders are. In order to get them out of our ears, where most of us spend our time with all that stress, I want you to push your shoulder blades down, squeeze them together, voila. Great posture, you've opened up your chest, shoulders are where they belong, and now feel into your core, yeah? That's where we really want to start our breathing, our exercise, any strength work that we do. It wants to be all with the grounding, the activation, and the shoulders down. So put that in your toolkit. And right now we're just going to take it easy on our necks. And let the gravity do the work for you. Beautiful. Just let it happen out to the back. Nice and gentle. Easy as you go. I'm going to just do a temperature check. I'm not sure if I turned the... Oh, it's fine. Easy as you go. Ah. Anybody else sound like a bowl of Rice Krispies? can't remember the last time I might have had a bowl of Rice Krispies. It would be decades ago. Oh. So take that break when if you're on in front of screen time, computer time, reading, whatever you're doing, take that break and go ahead and give that time to your neck. Relaxation, right? Putting it back in, taking that moment for that breath. And we're going to go ahead and put our hands behind our neck. And we're going to drop our head as we bring our elbows together. Meanwhile, you're digging those feet into the ground. Get a nice, you feel your core, it's activated. And now as we go down a little bit further, we're going to feel from our neck into our upper back. And just breathe comfortably. Open your feet up. Feel free to kind of see where your balance is. I have my eyes closed, so it always is a little different dynamic when it comes to balance with your eyes closed. Open up, push it out. Clasp it together. I want you to scoop. So you're opening your shoulder blades, you're pulling your belly button into your spine, and you're squeezing your booty. And you can feel it. See if you're here versus that extension, that elongation. Excellent. Well, I'm waiting till it gets nice enough so that we can go back into the park, which is my favorite place to have start you up. It's such a beautiful, beautiful setting. It just brings such joy to my heart. But it's about 49 degrees here, Fahrenheit, and rainy. So not happening quite yet. Oh, how nice is this? Drop it down. Now inhale, exhale, and we're going to go all the way up and then a little bit further. Go ahead and look up, tilt your eyes upward. And from here, I want you to push it open. Clasp your hands behind your back, and I want you to push them down, right? Your shoulder blades are down and squeezing together, opening your chest, lengthening your spine and your neck. So we're here, being ever so flexible, whatever is working brilliantly for you. And you might even want to play around with your feet, see how they're doing. Or if you're really focusing on keeping that lower body activated, then just dig those heels in. Lift it up, push your arms down. And now what we're going to do is we're going to just lift those arms up a little bit and back, and you're going to see a total different stretch. Which is good. There are so many beautiful ways to stretch our humans, we're strengthening and lengthening our bodies. And we're going to go to the reverse prayer. So however that works for you, wherever you might be, and then of course, squeezing those shoulder blades down, opening up that chest. So you're lengthening and strengthening your muscles. You're getting oxygen, much more oxygen through your human than you do in unconscious breathing, as well as our blood flowing. So it's just it's a bundle of amazing for your human. And you're taking time to do something really special for yourself. And even from that conversation last week about courage, having the courage to take the time to take care of you. Yeah, I know that's kind of an interesting concept that we're all kind of looking at. And I'm a very large follower of, a creator of, time management is not what it's about. Sorry. Many people made a lot of money on time management. It's energy management, because we are all energy, right? We're all connected and we're always changing. And to understand our energy and the output and the things that we do so that we can offset it to re-energize ourselves is so much more important than time management. Because if you've got something scheduled in a certain time slot and you don't have any energy for it, or it's not your peak of the day in terms of how you operate, it's going to be a pretty sad experience, right? and everyone gets frustrated. Exhale. Okay, one up, one back. I know a lot of you people go, I just don't like that one, Gina. It's hard. Well, it's not hard. It's just range of motion, and we're working on increasing that range of motion. And yeah, it might be hard. And you'll find, you know, your body is not symmetrical, and it's never the same stretch. Always meet yourself where you're at, your body and your human. And it's a really great idea to also meet other people where they're at, because we don't really know maybe what their day has been. But talking about energy management, I wasn't going to talk about that today, but I am. So you never know where I may go. Exhale, let it. So yesterday I had a rather big energy output day. And I didn't think of it that way. So I taught class in the morning. I teach an hour-long aerobic dance class. I actually teach jazzercise, for those of you that know what that is. A solid hour. High energy, big output, right? Absolutely love it. And then I went to visit a friend of mine who's in her 90s, who's in a rehab facility after having been in a hospital. So once again, I was bringing energy to lift that space, right? Then I had some lovely quiet time and did some things. And then I went and worked at a gala. It's our annual gala, big fundraiser. Inhale, shake it out. Just push your arms, and I want you to feel the energy, like you're pushing the energy. I do work for Dress for Success. Absolutely wonderful organization, and I'm here in Oregon, and that particular chapter just does amazing work. The team, the volunteers, the executive director, all fascinating. Push your energy. I just want you to see it move. And I put 2 hours of energy out. 2 solid hours. Working in the room of 350 people. And it's a fundraiser. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Wonderful time. But by the time I got home at 10:30 p.m., I realized that I had had a really big energy expansion day. Fun, wonderful. So knowing that, I'm going to watch the bookend for the next day to see where maybe there's not as much energy output and a little more time to just bring it in. So try that, kind of look at the energy output, right? The frequency, the vibration of what's going that way. And everybody interacts with other people differently in different energies. That's because we're all individuals. That's what makes us so special. So that deep breath, I want you to roll the shoulders. And then just drop. And drop. How about the other way? So play with your energy. It's always changing. It's always kind of fun to read. To read it, to kind of figure out the barometer. Now I want you to do gorilla arms. I really want them to float, and I want you to bend, and I want you to feel that low back, and I want you to feel your feet. And we're kind of dancing. Oh, right around there. So let's go ahead and take our stance a little bit further apart. Take a deep breath. I want you to bend your knees, and we're going to go into a squat. And I just want you to start wherever, maybe here's comfortable for you. And maybe you need to be here. And maybe, depending on how your knees are, that's going to make a difference of where you're shifting your weight, how far you're going. Because if your knees are still bothering you, then maybe you want to just be here and then focus on releasing your hamstrings and your lower back. Stick your booty out. Watch how your feet are balanced. And you can work from here to create that experience, as opposed to taking it further down here, which would be a great place to go. But if it's not comfortable for you, then I think here is just a lovely experience. From here, we're going to take that inhale, and we're going to straighten our legs. And I want soft knees, but we're going to take it into the hamstring, the back of the leg. Beautiful. And you can put your hands on the floor if you so choose, and maybe your hands are still on your thighs, maybe your arms are on your thigh, that is perfectly fine. Now, if you want to get a little more stretch in it, straighten a little bit further, then you put your elbows in your palms, and then you allow that magical gravity. Drop your head, and this will also open up your upper back. Perfect. And breathe. Take a deep breath and go back into whatever version of that squat that works for you. Then that breath. Okay, let's see where we are. Back of the legs, you can feel right up that hamstring. And mine always feel tight. Always, always. Deep breath. Back into that squat, wherever that squat may be. Who knows? You can play with it to see where it goes for you. Play with where your knees are at and how that feels for your body. Some people aren't going to be comfortable, and that is perfectly fine. Now you're going to slide your right leg out. I'll pick up the fuzz. Just keep your toe forward, and then we're going to just slip back in the hips, and you're going to feel that inner thigh sliding. There we go. You want to feel that inner thigh, your adductors on that right leg. Inhale, shift that weight, and now take it to the left leg. Perfect. Come back together, and we're going to fold it all the way down. Beautiful. We're going to start now with a long spine and a diamond. Your diamond is whatever size works for you. You can feel it right here as we lift our spine. I want you to keep a nice lengthened back. I do not want you to round over. We're going to simply lean forward, and we're going to feel our low back all the way around our hips. We're going to let that. We're going to relax into it, right? We're going to breathe into it and let sometimes the muscles grab and they need to relax. I have noticed that a lot with glutes, hamstring, well, probably just about everything. Just about everything. So go ahead and lean forward into it. Feeling good. And breathe. Now remember that where you put your attention is where your energy is going to flow, right? So energy flows where your attention goes. Think about where we're working. Feel it. Feel it working in here. Come on, almost feel like you're visualizing those muscles to sort of just lengthen, right? We're relaxed. Remember, relaxation is one of our words. And I highly encourage you this week to, before you go to sleep, because a lot of people are talking about sleep and sleep zones and sleep habits, and I'm not an expert in that, but I believe that if you, before you go to bed, before you go to sleep, and I have a video, 2 different videos that we'll click up about things to do before you go to bed, which are interesting. But I also think it's really important that we have intention. Like, I always talk about intention being so important. There's another video too about intention deficit disorder. There's a handful you might want to click on. But intention, like your intention is to go to sleep and have a lovely night's sleep and wake up feeling refreshed, okay? So if you've had challenges, and we're going to open it to a nice straddle in a second position, and I want you to flex your feet, because if you flex your feet, you're going to get far better stretch, and you don't even have to move forward. I mean, you can certainly, as much as you feel like, but you can also get the inner thigh stretch and open your chest and lengthening your spine for your posture. That's another opportunity. But So if you have had a hard time sleeping or you wake up a lot and you go to bed saying, oh God, I wonder if I'm going to wake up or am I going to get a good night? You start the dialogue downhill, right? So let's take that dialogue away. Try it this week. Relaxation Contentment Week, right? Set yourself up the intention. I'm going to go to bed. Make sure you've got your fluffy pillow, whatever works for you, whatever drapes or, whatever that is for you. Be and do the intention. My intention is to sleep well, to feel rested, to wake up, however you want that to be. So I encourage you this week to have an intention before you go to sleep. As with having an intention with all we do. And I think if you take the moment to remove the negative dialogue, that just play with it. Be curious. I think you'll find some wonderful results. But do let me know. If you guys don't, let me know in the comments or go over to, that's a far right tab when you're on YouTube on the channel. And you can put comments in there. I don't know how these things are working for you. I would love to have feedback because it informs me of the programs that I am creating. And since we're all community here, why not really appreciate one another and share? Oh yes, those are my inner thighs. They are right there. From here, I want you to just bend the right knee, and then we're going to go into a stay. And so your left, you want to squeeze your left cheek, and you want to feel your hip flexor right there. And just take the moment to allow gravity. Inhale. And on the exhale, we're just going to drop the head and see where we land, so to speak. You're feeling all of this in your right cheek. It's all right there, all around, working a series of muscles together. And then if you drop your head, you release your neck and your upper back. And breathe into it. Put that focus on the right cheek. Yes, yes, yes. Go ahead and come here, up. And then I want you to just push through this hip flexor. As your left arm is going to go up and then elongate a little bit further. Look up. Inhale. Take it back down all the way. And let that gravity go. Drop your head. We're going to switch sides. So you want to bend that right leg. You want to feel that hip flexor, squeeze your booty, take that inhale and go right over onto the left side. And then drop your head down and really feel into that left cheek. All the way around. Inhale. Take that right arm up. Feel the stretch all the way up and then a little bit more. And feel that breath, conscious breathing. Inhale. Exhale. If you don't use your hands, you really rely on that core and those leg muscles. It's a really good way to focus on focusing your core activation. Okay, we're going to go ahead and lay on our side right from here. Make it easy, nice and easy. I like to put my head in my hand. You can stretch it long if that feels better for you. I want you to go ahead and bend your left knee. And you want to find a nice firm foundation. Then you're going to bring your right knee up to your chest. Grab the shin and pull it back. So what you're doing is you're working the quadricep of that right leg, right here in the belly of it. So you're going to want to pull it back and then down, so you can actually feel it activate. You want to feel it. Those, the quads and hamstrings work as a team, and oftentimes one or the other is tighter. Happens all the time. Same with the biceps and triceps. And it's how we grab or activate our muscles, and more often than not, I would say we do it subconsciously. Wonderful thing about that human body, it moves, but not always with intention. And drop it a little bit more. Really, ooh, yeah. So you can really feel it. So what are you going to do for contentment and relaxation this week? I don't know. What's in your future? I know I have a breathwork session. I'm a breathwork practitioner. And there will be, in June, spots available via Zoom if you want a breathwork session one-on-one. But I actually have one scheduled for me, so I get to be the participant, and it's always fun to work with other practitioners. I have found breathwork to be absolutely transformational in that it's helped me totally relax, totally unwind. And if I have an intention, it often brings up, go ahead and flex your foot. Take it out, and you're going to bring it forward. I was reticent at first. I mean, I'm a big breather, but I was kind of, playing with the whole idea. Flex that foot, feel the energy out of the heel of your foot. But I really found that going with an intention, that I find a lot of out of, breathing and relaxation, that a lot of things pop up for me. And it depends on, whether I'm looking for ideas or whether I'm looking for emotional release or whatever the pieces might be. It's really been, it's been beautiful work. So I highly recommend the possibility of engaging it. I always say, be curious about things. Make your choices how you make them. And let's just stretch it long. I do a little mermaid here. Always love a little mermaid. Feels good. And we want to go ahead and switch it to the other side. So we're going to work on the left. So you want to bend that right knee, nestle it down. Bring the left to the chest. Grab the shin. And remember where it's going to go down and back. So we're activating that quadricep on the left leg. So yes, get curious about breath work. You'll be seeing a lot more of it here. And I highly recommend give it a shot. Give it a whirl. A friend of mine says she gets so relaxed she almost doesn't do it because she's afraid she'll never jazz up again. Trust me, you'll jazz up again. Make sure you've got it down far enough that you can really feel that activation of that muscle. It's a big one, a quadricep, four of them working together. Feeling so in tune with our humans. How about we flex that foot and just bring it forward. Feel the energy coming out your heel. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Think about that core. Activate that little puppy. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Extend your legs long. How about a little mermaid? Just opening it up. Feel the energy. Ever so lovely. And now we're here, so we're just going to go roll on our stomach. And we're going to put our hands right underneath our shoulders. Take a deep breath, lengthen your neck, and just push up as far as feels good to you. You may be here, and you may want to just do this. Still lovely way to release the tension and the fact that we spend so much time hunched forward in our lives. It's crazy, but we all do it. And I say we, me too. Get in front of that computer, I'm all... But I did something huge. I've been working on the laptop for way too long, and I just ordered myself a monitor so I can be a big screen girl. Oh, how does that feel? Take that breath, and I just want you to roll it back down. Nice and easy. And put your head down and release your muscles. Just let everybody kind of slack. Now let's reactivate. Deep breath. And feel those vertebrae one at a time. Feel us releasing. Open that chest. Take some good deep breaths. Feel it in your spine. Oh, how lovely. Now right from here, we're going to go up on all fours, and then we'll push back into the child's pose. So just for where we went, you just push it back, open that low back. Now, if you don't want to put your head on the floor, you can put your hands here, or you can extend them out, where you're also opening up between your shoulder blades, your hips. You're taking a nice deep breath, and you are relaxing. Get that oxygen flowing totally. This is relaxation, ladies and gentlemen. Get into that relaxation mode. And come on up. We're going to take a moment here to do our, I call them windshield wipers. It's a great way to do it, just leaning back and push through, because you want to push through both legs. You want to feel both of them all the way, as far as you can go. So good. Rotation. You're going to feel it in your spine. You're going to feel it in your hips. You feel it in your everything's. But work it all the way through so you get that full stretch. Oh, perfect. Now, I want you to just come to where you're comfortable. You can sit however you would like. You may not be comfortable to sit cross-legged. I wasn't for a while. And if you're more comfortable here, I would like you to keep your spine nice and long. And feel free to sit comfortably with that lengthened spine. And then I'm just going to have you take, I just want you to release, right, the inner arm, right? We spend a lot of time this way, but we seldom open it up the other way. A little bit more. And how's that breathing going? Good? All right, shake out the little energies and switch sides. I often forget to do this, and I remember how good it feels when I release. Gives them a little more freedom. You don't think about using our hands that much. I mean, another thing that is really fun to do is just, right? Feeling your hands, you know, scrunch and then release the energy and then scrunch, release, scrunch. You don't have to scrunch your face. I just did that because that's funny. Now I want you to play with your energy, right? So rub your hands and just feel it, play with it. See where it's warmer. See, just play, start playing with your energy field. And then it's kind of fun to take it and then just open it, push it out, extend that energy around. Get some back there. Yeah. So now we're going to do a little breathing, a little breath work. I think today we're going to do box breathing. It's one of my favorites. I actually have a client that does it in the car. He does a lot of driving, and we talked about it. He said it's so relaxing, but he's still got full attention. So, you know, make sure you're not doing a particular breathing series while you're driving with your eyes closed. But I do not think that would be helpful. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and inhale through our nose, pushing out our bellies. Then we're going to pause at the top. And then we're going to exhale through our mouth, squeezing it all back together. And then we're going to pause at the bottom. Pause, suspend, hold, whatever word works for you. But sometimes when I say the word hold, clients like hold their breath like, oop. That's not exactly how we want to visualize it. So here we go, right through the nose. On the top. Exhale, squeeze it all out. On the bottom. All right, let's do that again. Inhale up. Expand your stomach. Expand your chest. And exhale through the mouth. Squeezing everything you got. The last bit of oxygen out, and then pausing. Feel free to lower your gaze or close your eyes. And go ahead, we'll do a couple more together. We're going to inhale through our nose. Pause. Exhale through your mouth. And pause. Do a few more at your own pace. Do one more sequence at your own pace. Exhale. Go back to your normal breathing pattern, whatever's comfortable for you. Open your eyes when you are ready. And now I want you to give yourselves, I'm going to go ahead and stretch my legs out. I'm going to give them a little, give yourselves a great big hug, and I want you to take your arms back as far as you can go and then walk them back a bit further. Then drop your head down. Big hug, releasing that neck, that spine. Sit up tall. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to put the other arm on top. Whichever one we didn't have on top before. Give yourself a squeeze it back. Nothing like a good hug. We need lots of hugs in this world. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining in today. If you liked it, please hit the like button. And if you would like to be part of this growing community, please do subscribe. You can also hit the notification button, and that will let you know when we're going live. We'll also let you know when there's a future live schedule. or if I've uploaded any new videos to the library. Also share it. Anybody that you think would find value in stretching their body and their minds, please do share that. In the comments, please let me know how things are working for you, maybe what other stretches you'd like to add, other conversations that you might want to have. Remember to be curious. I highly encourage you to work on the contentment and relaxation this week. And as always, I recommend a minimum of 10 minutes of stretching every day. Pick ones that you like, pick ones that you need. 10 minutes of legs up the wall, and there's a video for that. And some time for your conscious breathing, right? We breathe subconsciously probably 99.9% of the time, but feel free to do that breathing consciously. Just bring it in. You'll find it's a great way also to get your blood pressure or your anxiety realigned. Thank you again. My name is Jina. I am the creator, founder, and chief energy officer right here at Strength, Stretch, and Shine, where we're all about flexibility, balance, and strength for your mind, your body, and your soul. And remember, you are loved. And what do we say until next time? Be flexible.